Welcome to That Britain Movie Reviewer, your go-to destination for honest, thought-provoking, and entertaining movie reviews from a British perspective. In this video, we'll discuss The Wizard of Oz, 1939, a comprehensive review and analysis. The Wizard of Oz, a 1939 American musical fantasy film produced by Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, MGM, remains a timeless classic that continues to captivate audiences with its technicolor brilliance, enchanting storytelling, and unforgettable characters. Directed primarily by Victor Fleming, who took over amid the tumult of Gone with the Wind, the film stars Judy Garland alongside a talented ensemble including Frank Morgan, Ray Bolger, Burt Lahr, Jack Haley, Billy Burke, and Margaret Hamilton. The screenplay, credited to Noel Langley, Florence Ryerson, and Edgar Allan Wolfe, with uncredited contributions, brings L. Frank Baum's beloved 1900 novel, The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, vividly to life. Celebrated for its vibrant use of technicolor and imaginative narrative, The Wizard of Oz received critical acclaim upon release and garnered 5 Academy Award nominations. It secured victories for Best Original Song with Over the Rainbow and Best Original Score by Herbert Stothert, while Judy Garland earned a Special Academy Juvenile Award for her iconic portrayal of Dorothy Gale. Despite a modest initial box office reception, the film later achieved monumental success, becoming a cultural phenomenon after its 1956 television premiere on CBS. Today, it holds the distinction of being the most viewed film in movie history, according to the U.S. Library of Congress. Recognized for its cultural, historical, and aesthetic significance, the film was among the first 25 selections for preservation in the United States National Film Registry in 1989 and is also honored on UNESCO's Memory of the World Register. Continuing to resonate with audiences of all ages, The Wizard of Oz is consistently cited as one of the greatest films ever made and has profoundly influenced popular culture, spawning countless iconic quotes and references. Its enduring legacy underscores its status as the definitive cinematic adaptation of Baum's cherished work, affirming its place in cinematic history as a masterpiece of fantasy and music. In rural Kansas, Dorothy Gale resides on her Uncle Henry and Aunt Em's farm. Trouble arises when their neighbor, Almira Gulch, seeks to confiscate Dorothy's beloved dog, Toto. Fearing for Toto's safety, Dorothy runs away. She encounters Professor Marvel, who urges her to return home just as a tornado approaches. Unable to reach the storm cellar, Dorothy seeks refuge in the farmhouse, which is swept away to the fantastical land of Oz. Awakening in Munchkin Land, Dorothy is greeted by Glinda, the Good Witch, who explains that the house has inadvertently landed on the Wicked Witch of the East. She advises Dorothy to follow the yellow brick road to the Emerald City, where the Wizard of Oz may help her return home. Along her journey, Dorothy befriends the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, and the Cowardly Lion, each seeking something they believe the wizard can provide, a brain, a heart, and courage, respectively. Despite the Wicked Witch of the West's attempts to thwart their progress, the group reaches the Emerald City. Initially denied an audience with the wizard, Dorothy's determination moves the guard, and they are granted an audience. The wizard promises to grant their wishes if they bring him the Wicked Witch's broomstick. Their quest takes a dangerous turn when Dorothy is captured by flying monkeys and taken to the Wicked Witch's castle. With her friends' help, they free Dorothy, but face the witch's wrath. In a climactic moment, Dorothy inadvertently ends the witch's reign by dousing her with water, causing her to melt away. Returning triumphant with the broomstick, they discover the wizard is not the omnipotent figure they imagined, but a man from Kansas using elaborate illusions. He grants their wishes symbolically before revealing he can't fulfill Dorothy's desire to return home directly. As Dorothy despairs, Glinda reveals the power to return has been with her all along, housed in the ruby slippers. Tearful goodbyes follow as Dorothy learns the magic words to return home, waking in Kansas surrounded by loved ones. As she embraces her family and Toto, Dorothy realizes the profound truth: there's no place like home. The Wizard of Oz remains a cinematic marvel, blending adventure, friendship, and the timeless lesson that sometimes, what we seek is already within us. Judy Garland's portrayal of Dorothy shines, supported by a cast of unforgettable characters and a story that continues to enchant audiences worldwide. Cast: Judy Garland stars as Dorothy Gale, the spirited protagonist caught in a whirlwind adventure. Frank Morgan masterfully portrays Professor Marvel and the enigmatic Wizard of Oz, along with various other roles including the gatekeeper and the carriage driver. Ray Bolger brings charm and wit to Hunk, a farmhand, and delivers a memorable performance as the Scarecrow. Burt Lahr shines as Zeke, another farmhand, and embodies the endearing yet courageous Cowardly Lion. Jack Haley captures hearts as Hickory, a farmhand, and brings a tender touch to the Tin Man. Billy Burke enchants as Glinda, the Good Witch of the North, guiding Dorothy on her journey. Margaret Hamilton delivers a dual performance as Elmira Gulch, the stern neighbor, and the menacing Wicked Witch of the West. Charlie Grapequin and Clara Blandick provide warmth and stability as Uncle Henry and Aunt Em. Terry Steele's scenes as Toto, Dorothy's loyal canine companion. Additionally, the singer midgets add magic and whimsy as the Munchkins, enhancing the film's fantastical world. Uncredited contributions include Mitchell Lewis as the Winky Guard Captain, Adriana Caselotti lending her voice to Juliet in the Tin Man's song, and Candy Candido voicing the angry apple tree. Production on the film started after Walt Disney's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs demonstrated the success of adapting popular children's stories and fairy tales into films. In January 1938, Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer acquired the rights to L. Frank Baum's beloved novel The Wonderful Wizard of Oz from Samuel Goldwyn, who had considered making it a vehicle for Eddie Cantor. The script underwent multiple revisions. Initially, there were concerns about the feasibility of including magical elements in the story. For instance, the Scarecrow was portrayed as a simpleton employed to scare crows, and the Tin Woodman was depicted as a heartless criminal sentenced to life in a tin suit, which ultimately softened his character. Screenwriter Herman J. Mankiewicz contributed to the Kansas scenes, followed by Noel Langley and poet Ogden Nash, each working on different versions of the story simultaneously, unaware of each other's efforts, a common practice at the time. Further scripts were submitted by Florence Ryerson and Edgar Allan Wolfe, aiming to remain faithful to Baum's original book but were later refined by Langley at producer Arthur Freed's insistence. Throughout filming, Victor Fleming and John Lee Maheen continued to revise the script, while actors like Haley and Lahr improvised some of their dialogue for the Kansas sequences. The final draft of the script was completed on October 8, 1938, following numerous rewrites involving contributions from several uncredited writers, including Yip Harburg, who also influenced the dialogue and thematic coherence of the film significantly, though he was credited only for lyrics. Originally conceived as a straightforward fantasy, the producers eventually transformed the film into an intricate dream sequence to resonate better with the sophisticated 1939 audience. They also added elements to appeal to youthful viewers, such as the proposed Jitterbug song and a musical contest scene, which was later dropped. Another omitted scene featured an epilogue set in Kansas hinting at a potential romantic subplot between Dorothy and one of her companions, Hunk. The production team meticulously chose colors, with the MGM art department spending nearly a week to settle on the perfect shade of yellow for the iconic yellow brick road. Several actresses were considered for the role of Dorothy, including Shirley Temple, the most prominent child star of the time at 20th Century Fox, Deanna Durbin, a newcomer with a recognized operatic voice, and Judy Garland, who was the most experienced among them. Garland was ultimately chosen due to contractual reasons. Initially cast as the Tin Man, Ray Bolger expressed a strong desire to play the Scarecrow, inspired by his childhood idol Fred Stone's performance. This led producer Mervyn LeRoy to switch Bolger's role with Buddy Ebsen, who had been originally cast as the Scarecrow. Ebsen, a professional dancer, embraced the challenge of replicating Stone's famous wobbly walk and recorded all his songs and scenes as the Tin Man before swapping roles. The title role of the Wizard, first offered to W.C. Fields, and later to Ed Wynn, eventually went to Frank Morgan due to contractual and scheduling conflicts with other actors. Pat Walsh, a veteran vaudeville performer, was cast as Nico, the head-winged monkey. Over 100 little people were recruited through an extensive talent search to portray the Munchkins, necessitating the filming of most of those sequences before starting on the Munchkinland scenes. Gail Sondergaard was initially chosen to play the Wicked Witch of the West but withdrew when the character's portrayal shifted. Margaret Hamilton, a contract player at MGM, replaced her just 3 days before filming began. The Wizard, portrayed by Frank Morgan, wore a distinctive coat, rumored to have once belonged to L. Frank Baum, though this story has been disputed by Baum's family and biographers. The production showcased meticulous attention to detail, from costume design by Adrian to the choreography and performances that brought Baum's beloved tale to life on screen. The production faced a significant challenge in creating the Tin Man's costume. Buddy Ebsen underwent several makeup and wardrobe tests to perfect his look. However, just 10 days into filming, Ebsen suffered a severe reaction to the aluminium powder makeup he wore. Initially misrepresented as an allergic reaction, it left him hospitalized in critical condition, ultimately forcing him to withdraw from the project. No footage of Ebsen as the Tin Man has ever been released, only photos from makeup tests remain. Jack Haley replaced him, unaware Ebsen had fallen ill. Haley's makeup was altered to an aluminium paste over clown white grease paint to prevent similar issues, though he did experience an eye infection at one point. To manage costs, Ebsen's recorded vocals were retained in group scenes, with Haley re-recording select lines. The production also saw shifts in direction and personnel. Director George Cukor briefly advised on creative changes before Victor Fleming took over as director, maintaining Cukor's vision. Filming spanned 6 intense months from October 1938 to March 1939, with grueling schedules and challenging conditions under Technicolor's bright lights. Cumbersome costumes and makeup exacerbated discomfort, with temperatures on set often exceeding 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Despite setbacks, the commitment to detail in Technicolor sequences and innovative effects like Hamilton's exit from Munchkinland underscored the film's dedication to visual storytelling. These efforts culminated in a timeless classic that continues to captivate audiences with its magical journey through Oz. The production of The Wizard of Oz encountered numerous challenges and transformations throughout its filming, contributing to its legendary status in cinema history. One of the most significant hurdles was the creation of the Tin Man's costume. Initially designed with aluminium powder makeup, actor Buddy Ebsen suffered a severe reaction, leading to his hospitalization and eventual departure from the project. Despite extensive tests and makeup adjustments, including a switch to aluminium paste for Jack Haley, the production persisted under the direction of multiple figures. Following initial director Richard Thorpe's replacement by George Cukor, the film underwent substantial creative reimagining. Cukor's influence on Judy Garland's portrayal of Dorothy proved pivotal, prompting a departure from earlier, more stylized performances to a more naturalistic approach. This shift necessitated reshooting completed scenes, underscoring Cukor's impact on the film's tone and direction. Eventually, Victor Fleming assumed the role of primary director, overseeing the lengthy Technicolor production process from October 1938 to March 1939. The arduous schedule, compounded by the demands of early Technicolor lighting, posed physical challenges for the cast, who endured uncomfortable makeup and costume conditions. For instance, Margaret Hamilton, who played the Wicked Witch, faced the toxicity of her copper-based makeup, which affected her diet and necessitated special removal procedures. The technical aspects of the film were also groundbreaking, utilizing 3-strip Technicolor for the Oz sequences while employing sepia tones for scenes set in Kansas. Innovations like these underscored the film's visual richness and technical ambition, setting a new standard for cinematic spectacle. Despite setbacks and technical complexities, The Wizard of Oz remains a testament to resilience and creativity in filmmaking. Its enduring legacy owes much to the dedication of its cast and crew, who navigated challenges to deliver a timeless classic cherished by generations. The production of The Wizard of Oz has left an indelible mark on cinema, not only for its groundbreaking special effects and memorable characters but also for the challenges and controversies that unfolded behind the scenes. Throughout filming, Judy Garland, in the iconic role of Dorothy, faced grueling treatment and alleged abuse from multiple quarters. Stories have emerged, detailing how the studio enforced drastic measures to alter her appearance, from restrictive bindings to dental caps and nose prosthetics. Garland was also subjected to a regimen of stimulants and depressants, which impacted her health and led to unpredictable reactions, including fits of laughter during serious scenes. Director Victor Fleming's handling of Garland during filming has been a subject of scrutiny. Reports claim he once slapped her to stifle laughter on set, a move he later regretted and for which he sought penance from his crew. Despite these incidents, Garland's resilience and dedication shone through, even forging unexpected bonds with those involved in the production. The film's special effects, overseen by Arnold Gillespie, marked a milestone in cinematic technique. The tornado sequence, a standout moment, employed innovative methods using muslin cloth and compressed air to simulate the swirling storm. Such ingenuity extended to other facets of production, including the creation of elaborate foam latex masks for characters like the Cowardly Lion and Scarecrow, designed by makeup artist Jack Dawn. The costumes were equally transformative, with the Tin Man's metallic attire ingeniously crafted from leather-covered buckram and lubricated with chocolate syrup for movement. Burt Lahr, portraying the Cowardly Lion, endured the discomfort of a genuine lion skin costume, compounded by the challenges of heavy makeup that limited his diet to soups and milkshakes. Despite the technical achievements, controversies marred aspects of production, such as the use of asbestos for special effects, raising safety concerns in hindsight. These complexities underscore the dichotomy between the film's dazzling on-screen magic and the tumultuous realities faced by its cast and crew. The Wizard of Oz endures as a testament to perseverance amid adversity, showcasing timeless creativity and technical innovation that continue to captivate audiences worldwide. Its enduring legacy prompts reflection on the triumphs and tribulations inherent in the making of cinematic masterpieces. The Wizard of Oz is renowned not only for its captivating story and iconic characters but also for its unforgettable musical compositions and soundtrack. The songs, masterfully crafted by Harold Arlen with lyrics by Yip Harburg, have left an indelible mark on cinematic history. Their timeless appeal was highlighted by the Academy Award-winning Over the Rainbow, a song that continues to resonate with audiences worldwide. Herbert Stothert, a prominent Hollywood composer, earned acclaim for his Academy Award-winning original score, which complemented the film's enchanting narrative. Working alongside him were musical talents like Georgie Stoll and the team of George Bassman, Murray Cutter, Ken Darby, and Paul Marquardt, who contributed to the orchestral and vocal arrangements that enriched the film's auditory landscape. The songs were meticulously recorded in the studios, scoring staged prior to filming, capturing the essence of each character's journey. Despite the challenges faced during production, such as Buddy Ebsen's unfortunate reaction to his makeup necessitating his departure from the cast, his vocal contributions endured on the soundtrack. His presence can be heard in the group vocals of We're Off to See the Wizard, a testament to the collaborative spirit that defined the film's musical achievements. An intriguing aspect of the soundtrack's evolution was Ray Bolger's rendition of If I Only Had a Brain. Originally recorded in a more subdued manner, director George Cukor and producer Mervyn LeRoy opted for a more vibrant interpretation to better capture the Scarecrow's introduction to Dorothy. The rediscovery of the original recording in 2009 offered a glimpse into the creative decisions that shaped the film's musical journey. The Wizard of Oz remains a treasure trove of musical brilliance, blending innovation and emotion in its melodies that continue to captivate audiences across generations. Its enduring legacy as a musical masterpiece underscores its significance in the realm of cinema, showcasing the power of music to enchant, inspire, and transport viewers to the magical world of Oz. The Wizard of Oz underwent a creative journey that included several musical pieces ultimately left on the cutting room floor during editing. One such piece was the Jitterbug, a swing-style song originally slated for a sequence where Dorothy and her companions venture towards the witch's castle. Due to time constraints, this lively number was omitted from the final theatrical release. While the film footage of the song has been lost, glimpses of rehearsals have survived in silent home film footage. Fortunately, the audio recording was preserved and remains available on special editions of the soundtrack, including the Rhino Records Deluxe Edition and subsequent VHS and DVD releases. A nod to the Jitterbug still lingers in the film through a reference made by the witch to her flying monkeys. Another deleted musical number was a reprise of Ding Dong. The Witch is Dead merged with We're Off to See the Wizard, and The Merry Old Land of Oz. Originally intended to follow the melting of the Wicked Witch of the West and precede Dorothy's return to the Wizard, this celebratory scene featured the citizens of the Emerald City jubilantly singing as they escorted Dorothy and her friends. Despite the loss of most of the visual footage, a few still images and brief clips used in reissue trailers have survived. The complete audio track, however, is preserved and can be found on special editions of the soundtrack, offering a glimpse into this joyous moment. Additionally, Judy Garland was slated to sing a poignant reprise of Over the Rainbow while Dorothy was held captive in the witch's castle. This rendition, performed live on set under the direction of Richard Thorpe, was ultimately deemed too emotionally intense and was cut from the final edit. While only the underscoring remains in the film, the original on-set audio from the Thorpe version has been preserved and is available as an extra feature in home media releases since 1993. The deluxe edition of the soundtrack cleverly combines Garland's singing from the Thorpe take with the underscoring from the final version directed by Victor Fleming, providing a glimpse of what could have been. These deleted musical pieces, though absent from the theatrical cut, enrich the legacy of The Wizard of Oz by showcasing the creative process and the breadth of talent involved in its production. Their preservation on special editions ensures that fans can still appreciate these moments of musical magic that almost made it to the silver screen. The final cut of The Wizard of Oz underwent significant edits that impacted its musical components. While some vocal segments were removed, the film remained richly underscored with instrumental snippets, incorporating a blend of original leitmotifs and recognizable classical and popular music pieces. Throughout the film, viewers encountered classical excerpts such as Schumann's The Happy Farmer, which underscored pivotal moments like Dorothy and Toto's frantic return home and their journey through the tornado. Mendelssohn's lively Scherzo in E minor added suspense when Toto escaped from the witch's castle, while Mussorgsky's dramatic Night on Bald Mountain intensified the escape sequence involving Dorothy and her companions. Popular tunes also left their mark on the film's musical tapestry. In the Shade of the Old Apple Tree provided a whimsical backdrop as Dorothy and the Scarecrow encountered anthropomorphic apple trees. The celebratory atmosphere during the Wizards Awards ceremony was enhanced by Gaudiamus Igitur. Finally, the nostalgic strains of Home, Sweet Home underscored the poignant closing scene at Dorothy's Kansas home. These musical selections, carefully curated and seamlessly integrated into the film, contributed to the emotional depth and thematic resonance of The Wizard of Oz. They not only complemented the narrative but also enhanced the viewer's journey through the fantastical realms of Oz and the familiar landscapes of Kansas. Their inclusion, as showcased in collections like the Rhino Records edition, highlights the enduring appeal and musical sophistication that continue to captivate audiences of all ages. Principal photography for The Wizard of Oz wrapped up with the completion of the Kansas sequences on March 16, 1939. However, additional reshoots and pickup shots were required well into April, May, and even June, overseen by producer Mervyn LeRoy. One significant reshoot involved Judy Garland, who had to return to film a scene without the reprise of Over the Rainbow after it was removed following early test screenings in June. The footage originally shot by director King Vidor for Aunt Em had to be reused for rear projection work to accommodate these changes. Margaret Hamilton, after her traumatic experience with the malfunctioning Munchkinland elevator, declined to participate in reshoots for a scene involving a broomstick that emitted smoke. Stunt double Betty Danko stood in for her but suffered serious injuries due to a malfunction of the smoke mechanism. Post-production was an extensive and painstaking process for the film. Herbert Stothert crafted the background score, while A. Arnold Gillespie meticulously handled special effects, including intricate rear projection shots. The MGM art department contributed matte paintings to enhance various scene backgrounds. One ambitious innovation initially planned for the film was stencil printing to transition into Technicolor, involving hand tinting each frame to maintain a sepia tone. However, due to cost and complexity, this idea was abandoned. Instead, during reshoots in May, the inside of Dorothy's farmhouse was painted sepia. When the door opens, Dorothy's stand-in, Bobby Cochet, dressed in a sepia gingham dress, briefly appears before the camera moves through the door, revealing Garland in her iconic blue gingham dress under the Technicolor lighting. Test screenings began in June 1939, revealing that the initial cut of The Wizard of Oz was nearly 2 hours long, significantly longer than the average film at the time. Director Victor Fleming and producer Mervyn LeRoy recognized the need to trim the film by at least 15 minutes to achieve a more manageable length. Feedback from sneak previews in California cities such as San Bernardino, Pomona, and San Luis Obispo guided them in making cuts. These included removing musical numbers like the Jitterbug and the Scarecrow's elaborate dance sequence, as well as eliminating reprises of Over the Rainbow and Ding Dong. The Witch is Dead. The final edit focused more on the serious aspects of the story, emphasizing dramatic underscoring over songs. The fate of Over the Rainbow, initially nearly deleted due to concerns about its length and appropriateness, became a pivotal moment in the film's history. Despite MGM's reservations, LeRoy, Arthur Freed, and Fleming advocated fiercely for its inclusion, ultimately preserving it. The song not only won the Academy Award for Best Original Song but also became synonymous with Judy Garland, solidifying her legacy as an actress and singer. Following a successful preview in San Luis Obispo in early July 1939, The Wizard of Oz was officially released in August of that year, delighting audiences with its whimsical yet poignant portrayal of Dorothy's journey to the magical land of Oz. The Wizard of Oz made its grand debut at the Orpheum Theatre in Green Bay, Wisconsin, on August 10, 1939. This marked the beginning of a series of sneak previews and premieres that would cement its place in cinematic history. The first sneak preview was held in San Bernardino, California, generating early excitement and anticipation among audiences. Additional test screenings followed in Kenosha, Wisconsin, and Dennis, Massachusetts, on August 11, 1939, and at the Strand Theatre in Oconomowoc, Wisconsin, on August 12, 1939. These screenings provided valuable feedback that helped shape the final presentation of the film. The highly anticipated Hollywood premiere took place on August 15, 1939, at Grauman's Chinese Theatre, a landmark event attended by stars and dignitaries of the era. Following this glamorous debut, the film continued to captivate audiences with its New York City premiere at Loew's Capitol Theatre on August 17, 1939. The premiere featured a special live performance by Judy Garland alongside her frequent co-star Mickey Rooney, creating an unforgettable experience for attendees. Garland's live performances at Loew's Capitol Theatre extended beyond the premiere, with an initial partnership with Rooney for 2 weeks, followed by collaborations with her as co-stars Ray Bolger and Burt Lahr for an additional week. These performances not only celebrated the film's release but also showcased the talent and charm of its beloved cast members. The Wizard of Oz officially opened nationwide on August 25, 1939, captivating audiences across the country with its magical storyline, vibrant Technicolor visuals, and unforgettable musical numbers. The nationwide release marked the beginning of its enduring legacy as a beloved classic that continues to enchant generations of viewers worldwide. MGM struck a significant deal with CBS, selling the television rights to The Wizard of Oz for $225,000, a substantial sum at the time. This historic agreement paved the way for the film's television debut on November 3, 1956, as part of the Ford Star Jubilee series. It quickly became a cultural phenomenon on television, drawing in a remarkable Nielsen rating of 33.9 and capturing an impressive audience share of 53%. Due to its overwhelming popularity, the film was re-aired on December 13, 1959, achieving even higher viewership with a Nielsen rating of 36.5 and an audience share of 58%. This broadcast solidified The Wizard of Oz as an enduring television tradition, eagerly anticipated by audiences year after year. Across the Atlantic, the UK television premiere took place on December 25, 1975, airing on BBC One to an estimated audience of 20 million viewers. This milestone event further cemented the film's status as a beloved classic, captivating viewers with its timeless story, colorful visuals, and iconic musical numbers. The Wizard of Oz continues to hold a special place in television history, resonating with audiences worldwide across generations. Its television broadcasts not only introduced new audiences to the magical world of Oz but also reinforced its cultural significance as a cherished piece of cinematic artistry. The Wizard of Oz has not only captured hearts on the big screen but also made its way into homes through various home video releases, each showcasing its enduring magic. In 1980, MGM/CBS Home Video launched the film on videocassette, marking the beginning of its journey into households on formats like VHS and Betamax. Since then, Warner Home Video, the current rights holder through Turner Entertainment, has overseen subsequent home video releases. The film's debut on Laserdiscs occurred in 1983, followed by notable releases in 1989 for its 50th anniversary. Turner and the Criterion Collection each released editions, with the latter featuring a commentary track. Over the years, additional Laserdisc versions appeared in 1991, 1993, and the final release in 1996. In 1982, The Wizard of Oz made a brief appearance on the set format by MGM/UA Home Video, expanding its accessibility. It has also been released multiple times in Asia on the video CD format. The film arrived on DVD for the first time on March 26, 1997, courtesy of MGM/Turner, initially featuring no special features. A milestone re-release by Warner Bros. On October 19, 1999, commemorated the film's 60th anniversary with a new 5.1 surround sound mix. This edition included a behind-the-scenes documentary hosted by Angela Lansbury, originally aired in 1990, along with outtakes, deleted scenes, trailers, and more. In 2005, two DVD editions emerged, a 2-disc special edition and a 3-disc collector's edition. Both showcased a newly restored version of the film, accompanied by audio commentary and extensive bonus content such as production documentaries, outtakes, and historical radio programs. The 3-disc collector's edition even featured the 1925 silent film adaptation and other Silent Oz films. For its 70th anniversary, The Wizard of Oz dazzled in high definition on Blu-ray with a 4-disc Ultimate Collector's Edition released on September 29, 2009. This edition included all features from the 2005 DVD, along with new documentaries about Victor Fleming and the surviving Munchkins. Warner Bros. Undertook a meticulous restoration from original negatives at 8K resolution, enhancing the film's visual and audio quality. Following its success, a more affordable Emerald Edition Blu-ray was released on December 1, 2009, along with a 4-disc DVD set. A single-disc Blu-ray followed on March 16, 2010, featuring the restored movie and extras akin to the two-disc special edition DVD. In 2013, commemorating Warner Bros.' 90th anniversary and the film's 75th anniversary, The Wizard of Oz returned in various formats: DVD, Blu-ray, Blu-ray 3D, and Ultraviolet, offering fans new ways to experience its timeless enchantment. The film's 75th anniversary in 2013 also brought forth numerous special editions, including exclusive releases like Best Buy's Steel Book of the 3D Blu-ray, and Target's edition paired with a keepsake lunch bag. Most recently, The Wizard of Oz was launched on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray on October 29, 2019. This edition features cutting-edge Dolby Vision and HDR10 Plus grading derived from an 8K transfer, ensuring that the film's visual splendor shines brighter than ever. Through each technological leap and anniversary celebration, The Wizard of Oz continues to captivate audiences worldwide, preserving its legacy as a timeless masterpiece cherished across generations. The enduring appeal of The Wizard of Oz has been marked by several re-releases that continue to enhance its cinematic legacy. In 1949, the film was reissued using sepia tone, a technique that added nostalgic depth to the Kansas sequences. Subsequently, the 1955 re-release opted for a different approach, presenting the Kansas scenes in stark black and white. This alteration persisted through television broadcasts and home releases until the film's 50th anniversary VHS release in 1989. During the 1970s, MGM's children's matinees series brought The Wizard of Oz back to theaters twice, in 1970 and 1971. It was during this period that the film received a G rating from LMPA, recognizing its universal appeal and suitability for all audiences. In celebration of its 60th anniversary, Warner Bros. Released a special edition on November 6, 1998. This edition featured a digital restoration that revitalized the film's visual clarity and a remastered audio track, ensuring an enhanced viewing experience for audiences old and new. A limited theatrical re-release in 2002 aimed to reintroduce the magic of The Wizard of Oz to US audiences, although its box office earnings were modest. September 23, 2009, marked a significant milestone as the film returned to select theaters for a special one-night-only event in honor of its 70th anniversary. This theatrical event served as a precursor to various new disc releases later that month. Due to popular demand, an encore presentation was held on November 17, 2009, allowing fans to experience the timeless wonder of Oz on the big screen once more. These re-releases and special editions underscore the enduring popularity and cultural significance of The Wizard of Oz, ensuring that its enchanting tale continues to captivate audiences across generations. The Wizard of Oz has continued to enchant audiences over the years, through various re-releases that celebrate its timeless magic. In September 2013, Warner Bros. Treated fans to an unforgettable experience with an IMAX 3D theatrical re-release at 300 theaters across North America. This special engagement marked the film's 75th anniversary and was accompanied by a substantial $25 million advertising campaign. The grand premiere took place on September 15, 2013, at the TCL Chinese Theatre in Hollywood, formerly known as Grauman's Chinese Theatre, where the film originally premiered. Notably, this event also inaugurated Hollywood's first 3D IMAX screen. Additionally, the film was showcased as a special presentation at the prestigious 2013 Toronto International Film Festival. Audiences enthusiastically embraced this re-release, contributing to a box office gross of $5.6 million in North America alone. In preparation for its IMAX 3D debut, The Wizard of Oz underwent reclassification by LMPA, as any alterations to the original version require. The 3D conversion received a PG rating for some scary moments, while the beloved 2D version retained its family-friendly G rating without any changes to its timeless story. Following its IMAX 3D success, Turner Classic Movies, TCM, presented special screenings of the film on January 11th and 14th, 2015, as part of their TCM Presents series, allowing new and returning fans alike to experience the wonder of Oz on the big screen. The celebrations continued in 2019 with Fathom Events' TCM Big Screen Classics re-release on multiple dates in January and February, commemorating the film's 80th anniversary with screenings across the country. A special engagement in Dolby Cinema on October 25, 2019, added to the festivities. In honor of Judy Garland's 100th birthday, The Wizard of Oz returned to theaters on June 5th and 6th, 2022, delighting audiences anew and paying tribute to Garland's enduring legacy. Looking ahead to its 85th anniversary in 2024, Fathom Events, now overseeing the Fathom Big Screen Classics series, is set to release the film on January 28th, 29th, and 31st, 2024. This special event will feature an introduction by film historian Leonard Maltin and a lively pre-show trivia game hosted by Oz vlog personality Victoria Calamito, promising an immersive and entertaining experience for Oz enthusiasts of all ages. Through these re-releases and special screenings, The Wizard of Oz continues to captivate and inspire generations, solidifying its place as a cherished classic in the hearts of audiences worldwide. The Wizard of Oz enchanted audiences and critics alike upon its original release, garnering widespread acclaim that has endured over the decades. Frank Nugent of the New York Times hailed it as a delightful piece of wonder-working, capturing the imagination of both young and old viewers alike. He drew parallels to Disney's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, noting its unparalleled success in the realm of fantasy storytelling. Nugent did express some reservations about the film's special effects, acknowledging the challenges in portraying fantastical elements such as munchkins and flying monkeys convincingly. Despite these technical quibbles, he praised Judy Garland's portrayal of Dorothy, describing her as a charming protagonist with eyes filled with the wonder of fairy tales. Nugent felt that the film truly shined during the adventurous journeys of the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, and the Lion. In Variety, John C. Flynn predicted that The Wizard of Oz would achieve record-breaking box office success, attributing this to its breathtaking scenic designs and Garland's endearing performance. He highlighted the film's vibrant musical numbers as a source of joy and brightness for audiences. Harrison's reports commended the film for its technical achievements, recognizing it as a landmark in fantasy cinema. The publication praised the performances and underscored the significant role played by the musical score in enhancing the viewing experience. Film Day echoed these sentiments, celebrating the film's adaptation of Baum's beloved tale into a Technicolor spectacle. They applauded its humor, homespun philosophy, and imaginative settings, predicting strong box office returns. However, not all reviews were glowing. Some critics, like Russell Maloney of The New Yorker, criticized Garland's casting as Dorothy, feeling she was too old for the role intended by Baum. Maloney dismissed the film as lacking in imagination and taste, dubbing it unfavorably as a stinkeroo. Similarly, Otis Ferguson of The New Republic found fault with the film's fantastical elements, opining that it lacked a light touch and compared its humor unfavorably to a dense fruitcake. Despite these dissenting opinions, The Wizard of Oz made a significant impact in cinema history, ranking highly in Film Daily's year-end poll of the best films of 1939. Its enduring appeal and cultural significance continue to captivate audiences through generations, solidifying its place as a cherished classic in the annals of film. During its initial release, The Wizard of Oz faced financial challenges despite earning $3,017,000 worldwide, including $2,048,000 in the US and $969,000 internationally, according to MGM Records. Despite these impressive figures, the film's high production costs, coupled with expenditures on marketing, distribution, and other expenses, led to a reported loss of $1,145,000 for the studio. It wasn't until its 1949 re-release that the film finally turned a profit, generating an additional $1.5 million, $15 million adjusted for inflation in 2023. Christopher Finch, in his biography Rainbow, The Stormy Life of Judy Garland, highlighted the risky nature of fantasy films at the box office. He noted that despite the story's success as a book and a popular stage adaptation, previous attempts to translate it to the screen had been disappointments. However, the 1939 film adaptation proved to be a transformative success, catapulting Judy Garland to stardom and prompting MGM to renegotiate her contract with a substantial salary increase, cementing her status as one of the top box office stars in the US. In addition to its initial and 1949 re-releases, The Wizard of Oz continued to captivate audiences through subsequent domestic re-releases, notably in 1955 and from 1989 to 2019. These re-releases contributed significantly to its overall global earnings, amounting to $25,173,032 worldwide by 2019. This enduring financial success underscores the timeless appeal and enduring legacy of The Wizard of Oz as a beloved classic in cinema history. Roger Ebert, renowned film critic, selected The Wizard of Oz as one of his great films, praising its enduring appeal and profound impact on audiences. Ebert highlighted how the film's delightful mix of comedy, music, special effects, and adventure continues to captivate viewers even after 6 decades. He emphasized that beyond its entertaining surface, the film's underlying story taps into the profound insecurities of childhood, resonating deeply with viewers by addressing these fears and ultimately offering reassurance. Ebert's analysis underscores the film's timeless significance and its ability to connect with audiences on a deeply emotional level, making it a cherished classic in cinema history. Salman Rushdie, in his 1992 critique for the British Film Institute, credited The Wizard of Oz as his earliest literary influence, remarking that the film sparked his interest in storytelling. Reflecting on its impact, Rushdie noted how The Wizard of Oz was pivotal in shaping his creative sensibilities, inspiring him from a young age. His connection to the film was profound, with his first short story, penned at just 10 years old, titled Over the Rainbow. In a retrospective article from 2009, Mick LaSalle, film critic for the San Francisco Chronicle, extolled the brilliance of the Munchkinland sequence in the film. LaSalle described it as one of the greatest moments in cinema history, citing its mastery in set design, costumes, choreography, music, lyrics, storytelling, and imaginative prowess. He highlighted how this sequence encapsulates the film's enduring charm and artistic achievement. In 2018, a study conducted by the University of Turin named The Wizard of Oz the most influential film of all time. This recognition was based on extensive data analysis, including audience polls and internet sources such as IMDb. The film topped the list for its cultural impact and enduring popularity, surpassing other iconic films like the Star Wars franchise, Psycho, King Kong, and 2001: A Space Odyssey. Critically acclaimed, The Wizard of Oz holds a 98% rating on Rotten Tomatoes based on 169 reviews, with an average score of 9.4. The site's consensus praises it as an absolute masterpiece with groundbreaking visuals and compelling storytelling that resonate with audiences of all ages. At Metacritic, which aggregates reviews, the film achieved a score of 92 out of 100, indicating universal acclaim from critics. Overall, The Wizard of Oz continues to be celebrated not only for its technical achievements and visual splendor but also for its profound influence on literature, cinema, and popular culture, solidifying its place as a timeless classic in the annals of filmmaking. This film has garnered widespread acclaim and recognition over the years, making it a timeless classic in cinematic history. It has been featured prominently in several prestigious lists compiled by the American Film Institute, AFI, and other esteemed organizations. It holds significant placements in AFI's rankings, such as being listed among the top 10 greatest movies of all time on multiple occasions, and notably, it was ranked as the #1 fantasy film by AFI's 10 Top 10. In addition to AFI's accolades, the film has received numerous other honors. It was one of the first 25 films to be included in the National Film Registry, recognized for its cultural and historical significance. It has also been celebrated by Rolling Stone, Entertainment Weekly, and The Village Voice among others, reaffirming its status as one of the greatest films ever made. Further cementing its legacy, the film has been praised for its iconic songs and music, topping lists for greatest film soundtracks and earning a place on UNESCO's Memory of the World Register. Its impact on popular culture is evident as it continues to be cherished by audiences worldwide, highlighted by recent rankings in Variety, Parade, Comic Book Resources, and IndieWire, solidifying its place as one of the most beloved and influential movie musicals of all time. In 1972, an official sequel in animated form titled Journey Back to Oz was released, featuring the voice of Liza Minnelli, daughter of Judy Garland, to honor the original film's 35th anniversary. Following that, The Wiz, a musical adaptation of the novel, premiered in 1974 in Baltimore and later on Broadway in 1975, winning 7 Tony Awards, including Best Musical. A comic book adaptation titled MGM's Marvelous Wizard of Oz came out in 1975, marking a unique collaboration between DC Comics and Marvel Comics. It spawned plans for sequels based on subsequent novels, starting with The Marvelous Land of Oz later that year. In 1985, Disney released Return to Oz, a live-action fantasy film starring Fairuza Balk, which drew from The Marvelous Land of Oz and Ozma of Oz. Despite initial reception, it has garnered a cult following for its faithful adaptation of L. Frank Baum's vision. Wicked, a Broadway musical since 2003, has become one of the highest grossing of all time, winning numerous awards. A 2-part film adaptation directed by John M. Chu is slated for release in 2024 and 2025. In 2011, Tom and Jerry and the Wizard of Oz was released, blending the classic characters into Dorothy's journey, followed by a sequel, Tom and Jerry, Back to Oz, in 2016. Oz the Great and Powerful, a spiritual prequel from Disney in 2013, directed by Sam Raimi, became a commercial success. Legends of Oz, Dorothy's Return, an animated musical in 2014, received mixed reviews despite its ambitious production. Looking forward, a new film adaptation of the original Oz book is in development, offering a fresh take on the beloved story with potential nods to the iconic 1939 film. In August 2022, plans were unveiled for a modern remake of The Wizard of Oz, with Kenya Barris taking the helm as both writer and director. By January 2024, Barris confirmed completion of the script, highlighting a contemporary twist on the classic tale. He emphasized the shift from the Great Depression era to present day, relocating Dorothy's origins to the bottoms of Inglewood, California. Barris articulated his vision for the remake as a reflection of the hero's journey, where individuals strive for something better, only to realize the value of where they come from. His goal is to instill pride and joy in one's roots while presenting a narrative that resonates globally. In an innovative move, the 2024 marketing campaign for season 22 of American Idol draws inspiration from this upcoming film. A commercial featuring Ryan Seacrest and judges Katy Perry, Lionel Richie, and Luke Bryan portrays them as characters from Oz, Tin Man, Dorothy, Cowardly Lion, and Scarecrow, following the Golden Ticket Road to Hollywood. This creative tie-in underscores the show's plan to visit the judges' hometowns during the season, blending entertainment with the timeless themes of courage, heart, and the pursuit of dreams. According to the U.S. Library of Congress exhibition The Wizard of Oz, An American Fairy Tale, 2010. The Wonderful Wizard of Oz stands as America's most cherished homegrown fairy tale. Serving as the first completely American fantasy crafted for children, it remains one of the most widely read books in children's literature. Despite its distinctly American elements, such as a wizard hailing from Omaha, the 1939 film adaptation has captured hearts globally. Its universal appeal has been bolstered by numerous television broadcasts from 1956 to 1974, making it one of the most viewed movies of all time. In 1977, Algene Harmetz penned The Making of the Wizard of Oz, a meticulously researched account detailing the film's creation based on interviews and thorough investigation, later updated in 1989. The ruby slippers worn by Judy Garland in the iconic film have become some of the most cherished and valuable pieces of movie memorabilia in history due to their legendary status. Although in the original book series Dorothy wore silver shoes, the shift to ruby was a deliberate choice to showcase the vibrant Technicolor technology. Adrian, MGM's chief costume designer, masterminded the final design of the slippers, now known for their dazzling red hue. Only 5 known pairs of these slippers survive today. In a notable event in 2005, one pair of the ruby slippers was stolen from the Judy Garland Museum in her hometown, and miraculously recovered in a dramatic FBI operation in 2018. At the time of their theft, these slippers were insured for $1 million, but by 2023, their market value had soared to approximately $3.5 million. The thief responsible for the theft was later indicted for a major artwork theft, underscoring the cultural and monetary significance of these shoes. Moreover, Dorothy's iconic dress and other costumes from the film have also garnered immense interest and value. In July 2021, a dress believed to have been gifted to Reverend Gilbert Hartker by Mercedes McCambridge in 1973 was rediscovered at the Catholic University of America. Experts have linked this dress and 5 others to Judy Garland, noting shared characteristics like a hidden pocket for Dorothy's handkerchief and Garland's distinctive signature style. The dress found at the university will now be preserved in special collections. Additionally, another of Garland's dresses fetched nearly $1.6 million at auction in 2015, highlighting the enduring allure of Wizard of Oz memorabilia among collectors and fans alike. The market for these costumes continues to command significant prices, reflecting their cultural importance and the timeless appeal of the beloved film. The Wizard of Oz continues to enchant audiences beyond the silver screen, making its mark at various Disney parks and resorts. Previously, it was a prominent feature at the Great Movie Ride in Disney Hollywood Studios, Walt Disney World Resort, offering visitors an immersive glimpse into the beloved tale. Additionally, miniature representations of Oz can be found at Disneyland and Disneyland Paris, charming guests aboard the storybook Land Canal boats in Fantasyland. While the Great Movie Ride concluded its run in 2017, the magic of Oz is set to expand elsewhere. Warner Bros. Movie World announced on July 20, 2022, their plans for a new themed precinct inspired by the 1939 film. This exciting addition will include 2 thrilling coasters manufactured by Vekoma, scheduled to open in 2024. This initiative promises to bring the enchanting world of Oz to life for a new generation of fans and thrill seekers alike.